stuff here or having meetings and gathering, we all together, man. As long as it ain't no religious argument and debates, we here for building our brothers and sisters. So I give all praises to the divine power for allowing all the people to make it here safe. And we got a beautiful lineup. Inky, I don't know where he at, but he's on his way. So Inky called Lord Abba. Lord Abba said he'll come down to do it, you know. It was beautiful. Lord Gabriel, KT, they also on their way. They coming to join together so we can bring a powerful message to our people. It was my brother Uncle Ket's birthday the other day. So I gave him a call, you know, wishing him happy birthday. He act like he ain't my brother. When you see him on the debates and stuff, he act like he don't know me. He called into the show screaming and mad, and then he called me afterwards, man, like it's cool, you know.
You do that to you too?
Yeah, he do it to all of us, man. Argue about an ostrich feather.
You ain't by yourself.
But that's my brother though, and you know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be given the opportunity to be in the conscious community. So I thank all my brothers, and I thank the people who stuck by us and all the brothers up here. We got Elder Abraham, who came here. He's working on the political status, and he's going to bring a presentation on that for all our brothers to get here, what we need and what we can do for a powerful nation. Who I'm missing? I got everybody, right?
You ain't got me scared, though. You can tell them what I represent.
How old you are?
No, you can tell them what I represent.
Oh, I know what you represent. Tell them the black atheist. The real black atheist. The real black atheist. You know, because there's a fake group out there. Yeah. Somebody mimicking him, yeah.
You have a martial arts presentation.
You got a martial arts presentation. Matter of fact, can we, Master Teacher Balagoon, can we start off with that?
Sure, I didn't know the presentation, but
all right, well definitely. We can speak your heart, speak what you want to bring to the people. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. Thank you.
Well, greetings, I'm Balagoon, OJ Tade. This will be my 41st year training in indigenous African martial arts and my 27th year teaching. Been in here in Atlanta teaching for going on 16 years. This is Akin Bobala. He's originally from England. He's a full instructor under my instruction, and he is actually the branch instructor here in Atlanta. I'm the technical advisor now. When you get old, you become a technical advisor. And I teach. He teaches the regular classes. I teach the workshops. He teaches classes on Mondays. I teach workshops every other Sunday. And he'll go more into that, and then we'll show a little bit of what we do. I didn't know I was going to do that today, but you know, always have to be ready. Yeah. Because in nation building, what good is it to build it if you can't defend it? Okay. All right? So this is what we do.
Greetings everybody, my name is Akin Bobala, as Balagoon had mentioned. I teach the regular class here in this building where we are right now. I just want to give you a few minutes about what we do. We teach indigenous African martial arts. We teach on a cyclic phases, meaning that right now we're teaching ground fighting. So you come along, a beginner, somebody who's never trained before, we're going to teach you techniques. There's no beginner techniques, there's no intermediate techniques, no advanced techniques. These are just techniques on how to save your life. We're going to get into some of the stuff that we do. I'll run down some of the phases that we do, just for those who are interested. We do ground fighting, we do free movement, which is striking. We do clinch, which is anything that means I have control of another person's limb. We do multiple attackers, which a lot of arts don't even deal with. One of the most important phases. Obviously, this is I should let you know that it's a weapons art. So everything is about how things relate to weapons and empty hands, and everything relates between the two. So we do stick, double stick, knife, sword, everything you could think of. This is the holistic, original African martial arts that we deal with. So Balogun every other Sunday teaches intensive workshops for those who can't come to weekly classes. That's a new thing that we're starting as of next Sunday. Those will be going into, I said there are no advanced techniques, but they'll be going into more advanced principles. But anybody's welcome. I just highly advise it. We're talking about nation building again. We need to be able to protect our nation. So we'll go into some of the stuff that we deal with now. I'll pass you back to Brother.
We're just going to show a little bit of what we do. We wrestle. I didn't say wrestle. Wrestle is just, grappling around. To an African, when you wrestle, that means to put somebody on their back, belly, or side by any means. If I hit you upside your head with a club, you fall, you will wrestle by African standards. Okay? So, in knowing that, everything you're going to see is going to be wrestling right now, okay? And I'm just going to warm up a little bit. And they actually could have kept the drums. It was cool because you should be able to fight in any environment, any size environment, and prevail. What you're going to see is a salute. This is a traditional salute. We always salute this way to show respect. You notice he's not saluting low and I'm standing there. It's not big eyes and little U's. Anything traditional African. I'm just going to warm up. My neck's a little stiff. You go ahead and grab it from me. Go ahead, grab one. Normally, most people don't tell people, most sane folks don't tell somebody, grab my neck's hurt and go ahead and choke me. However, in African martial arts, we understand the science. If he chokes, usually instinctively you go up here. When you go up here and you squeeze these tendons here, you actually are squeezing his fist harder, or his hands harder around your neck. It's your natural reaction to come up. We don't fight natural reactions in the African martial arts. When he grabs my neck, I come up, and all I do is just turn and release. He's out of there. And I just release that, okay? So everything we do, we don't fight the person. It's not, you don't fight my way, you fight your way. There are no forms in indigenous African martial arts. If somebody tells you there are forms, they've added those. That's not traditional. Because anytime you put something in a form, it's encapsulated. It's a form. It's solidified, all right? And so we don't move that way. Everything is fluid. I weigh 211 pounds. He's close to my weight, but if my son weighs maybe 80 pounds, if that, 83 pounds, that's important to him, right? He cannot fight the same way I fight. A woman who is 5 feet tall, 130 pounds, cannot defend herself the same way I'm going to defend myself. Kalonji can't defend himself the way I would defend myself. He can use the same principles of the system, but the style is the way he fights, all right? So there are no specific ways, there are principles, and there's techniques. So when he grabs me, at this point in my life, I'll probably just strike him or just make him let me go. I'm at that level, now he grabs my neck, I can make him let me go and then I can go to work, okay? I would not advise that for somebody just starting out. Just raise your hands like you want to do, turn, you're out of there, and then you can do whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that is comfortable for you, whatever it is your body type works with. And of course the best form of martial arts, the highest form, is avoidance. He reaches for my neck, I shouldn't even be there, okay? I shouldn't be there for him to grab my neck. I should just go ahead and be able to deal with it. And I don't want to mess his pretty clothes up too bad, so I'll be kind of nice today, right? So it's avoidance, and you can avoid the way, what I just did, I just reached up and just did a pass. You'll see that in wrestling, you see passes, right? But what's the combat aspect of that? And that's to stop him before he gets there, go to either side, wrestle him around, right? Or he reaches, come out. You not come out and strike this way, okay? And all I did there, he reached, I just here. Okay? So it's a lot of ways, and the reason why it's a lot of ways, because there are a lot of different mindsets, a lot of different body types, reaches. Go ahead and attack his thumb. It depends on what your mindset is. It's stabbing his throat with his own thumb, and take him out. You okay? I guess punches, and most people don't know how to punch properly, by the way. And we teach you how. One of the first things we're going to teach when we go into free movement. Free movement is, I'm here, I'm striking, right? It's how to punch properly. Most people don't know how to. And those that did Kung Fu, they'll say, well, I know how to do the 1-inch punch. That's taught by Bruce Lee. And I always say that 1-inch punch is a lie. Because if you know somebody with, my baby, when she was born, had longer than 1-inch fingers. So it can't be a 1-inch punch. Bruce Lee was 5'6". His fingers were probably 3 inches long at the minimum. So it would have been a 3-inch punch, okay? My fingers are probably about, my longest finger, I don't know, from here to here, 5-6 inches. That's not a 1-inch punch. We don't even have to have 1 inch. You don't need 1 inch. And I'm at the edge here, I might fall. You don't need 1 inch, and if anybody doubts what I'm doing, you can come up, I'll do it to you too. It won't hurt too bad. Because it's about the summation of forces. All I'm doing is using, and I'm not using my hip because it would drop him, but shoulder, elbow, you go from your largest to your smallest joints when you strike. This is what the African learned. So, my shoulder first, my elbow, then my wrist. That's how you punch. Okay? If I add my hip to that, plus distance, it'll drop him in his where he stands. Okay? I don't need a lot of distance. So if he's grabbing me, right, one of my other escapes is just boom, just hit him. You see where he's at? He backed away from me. That's all the space I need to go ahead and do what it is I have to do. Okay? What I did here, understand the body structures, I just press this little nerve here. When snipers attack somebody, they hit the same area here. The bullet goes through here, shuts off your, it separates your medulla oblongata from your spine. But they discovered that there's a nerve right there. If I was to hit that nerve here, I can make him have a heart attack from shock. So, in a real instance, when somebody tried to hit me, I just boom, like knocking on the door. His hands went up, like he was, hey, hello, you know. Hands went up, and then he went down. Ever since then, I've been using that. That's how African, you discover. So just that. Okay? You want to put somebody in a choking position. I'm here, right? He puts his chin down to stop that choke. I can't get my hand in. Real simple. You're just gonna. It's just knowing the body. He's going to lift that up. Anybody will. A human being will do more to escape pain than to gain pleasure. That's just natural human psychology. So he'll lift that for me all day long. He'll lift it for me all day long. If anybody wants to volunteer, I'll show it to you. Anybody? You're not crazy. It only hurt for a second.
Oh, man.
Hey, excuse me. You say he can have a heart attack?
No. If I struck it, I'm not going to do that. He'd be crazy then. So, yeah, go ahead and hit me. Let's see. That would be crazy. No. I'm just going to touch it like I did with him. Okay? That won't make him have a heart attack. You see he's tall. I just go ahead and lower him. If I was a woman, I would lower him the same way. I go ahead and put that hand in that kidney. Human being will do more to escape pain than gain pleasure. He'll run from it. He'll lay right there on me. You don't even know me. Look how comfortable he is. He puts his chin down to stop that. Then I just go right here. You know let me put it right there. You okay? Amazing. All human beings will. Right, thank you. Any human being will do that. Okay? So, if you're a sister and somebody's giving you grief, they grab you, just knock on that door. He will let you go. knock on the door, watch where his hands will go, then he gives it up. He gives it up at that point. It's all right, his wife is looking like, he better not, his wife is looking like, better not hurt my baby, right? Hurt him all the time. Somebody grabs here, and we see this. They teach this when you go to self-defense class. Escape from wrist grabs, just because that's all they know. But why? Why would you want to escape from a wrist grab? You know, they say you kick him, and then you do so and so. What's an escape from, why would he grab my wrist?
He wants to control it.
What does he want to control?
A weapon.
A weapon. I have my knife. He has his knife. See, you don't want that to happen to you, right? So when he grabs, if he grabs with enough force where I drop my weapon, then I better know how to get out of this, you know, or take his weapon. He grabs, he comes, attacks me, I grab here. It's about controlling because I'm going to take him down, or I'm going to stab him with his own weapon, right? So I don't want that to happen to me. He grabs me, then the reason why you learn how to deal with that is so now I'm out, and I save my weapon, or my firearm, or whatever it may be, right? He can grab me, you can put that away. He can grab me in any position he wants. It doesn't matter. And the reason why it's more real is because this is my weapon. I have to protect that, right? I have to protect it. He's thinking of ways that's not going to hurt him as bad. Okay. All right? And all I did there was grab that way again. I just went around. The thumb is weak. The thumb is trying to hold on. It can't. The fingers are in a position where it cannot hold on. I'm actually free from this right now. Okay? And what I had just cut him, by the way. I push and cut. Okay? Push, cut, push away. Go ahead and give him something. There. I don't want to say finish him off. I just want to kind of wake him up, and like he's going to sleep on me, so I'll wake him up. Okay? All right? So we learn to get out of that. That's why. So the next time you go to a self-defense class, they say, we're going to learn wrist grabs. I say, why are we learning wrist grabs? Because the police may grab your wrist, take you somewhere. If you allow the police to grab your wrist like this, you're totally unaware. Okay? And by the way, the police will usually grab you either this way, or they grab you here. They're about to do a steel transport lock. That's just nice language for I'm about to put the cuffs on you here, and then I'm about to put the cuffs on you here. So if he grabs in this way, that's that come a long way. You're already out. He grabs you and pulls you this way. You just go that way. I'm out. Go ahead and give him something, okay? Or keep him there. Come over, put him down on his knees here, hit him, and the Chinese police who invade, maybe, go ahead and take that out of here, okay? Just go ahead and take that out of here. Now, people say, well, you know, you snap a neck, you end him, you hit him in the groin. Now, if you snap his neck, you probably did end him. Most people, only problem is don't know how to really break somebody's neck. Most people will push the head like this. And that does nothing. He just turns around, around, around. And you probably experienced that in class, the guy just turning with you. That's because the neck will not snap like this. The shoulders will move with that. If you isolate the shoulders, you might get lucky. All you have to do is put your hand on the crest of the head, not here, the crest. Move the chin upwards at an angle. Move this down. You'll get exactly what you're looking for. Okay? The way you train is the way you fight. If you train all your life to do it like that, and then you wonder why he just spin around and hit you in the noggin when you turn, it's because you didn't learn properly. You didn't learn proper anatomy. But here, he's not turning. He's tapping because it hurts. He'll be done. Boom! He'll be done. He doesn't get to turn anywhere unless he flips his body around like a propeller. Okay? It's just knowing those things. These clothes here are weapons. I'm not going to tear his clothes up, but it's as simple as putting the thumb in here, pulling across, pushing his head across. I just cut off his carotid artery on this side with my fingers, cut off the carotid artery on this side here. He'll be out in 4 to 10 seconds. Okay? It's just knowing the body. I do a thing a lot. Let's see. Strong, brother. Can you come up for me, brother? Yes. And I'm gonna end on this. Because we're into, woo boy, I may have picked the wrong person. It's you. Yeah. Wrong dude. Oh, well, put your hands out for me. Don't let me push your arm down. Very good. Now, we all into Asian martial arts and the mysticism of it and everything, right? You can't fight with mysticism. Moses Powell once said, I seen guys eat razor blades, walk on knives. I just want to know, can they fight? Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if he lifts his arm up this time, I'm going to give his strength to you. Don't let me push you down. Woo, boy, he's strong. Maybe I shouldn't use my fingers. So he's fighting me, but he is strong. Woo! But you see how he's going down, right?
Yes, sir.
Should I give him the strength back? Let me see something. I think I give it back. Give me. Hold on. There we go. Now, you can go ahead and relax for me. All right. Now, a brother saw this one time I was doing a test. He said, you're a chi master. You're a chi master. You're a chi master. I said, we don't deal with chi. We have ashe. It's different. Chi comes from here. Ashe is all around us. He said, well, man, that's even better. I said, but that's not what I did. Ashe is knowledge. We say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is power. And with them, I can accomplish what I will. All it is knowledge of the anatomy. What I did here, body strong, 90 degrees, perpendicular to the ground. You take it 1 degree off his axis, forward or backwards, it's weak. I take it 1 degree, he can't even tell. So you definitely can't tell. I moved it 1 degree forward, it's weak. So what does that do for you? If he strikes my way, right, I can easily move him. They said, well, how do you, I did a video and they said, impossible. He was stabbing at you with a knife. How could you, because whenever a person stabs, the arm seeks to go inward. You see that? It's going inward off his axis already. It's already weak. So when he comes forward, it's weak. He's going to move that way. Anytime I want his back, anytime he throws a punch, he's weak. I have his back if I want it. Even if he changes it up, he threw the hook. That's even more beautiful because it's going here anyway, right? So all I have to do is just duck under it. Boom, I'm behind him already. He's done. I'm done. It's just understanding the anatomy. This is what we do. It's reality in combat, all right? So when you come to us, a lot of people get shook up because one, I joke around with you and you think I'm supposed to be all serious because I've been doing this so long. I'm still alive because I'm not so serious. I've seen brothers walking around with kung fu shoes on, kung fu, they're ready. If you're not ready and whatever you have on, you're in trouble anyway. Okay? So you'll see me wear whatever. This, I have on a suit, full African clothes, whatever it is I decide to wear. All right? Because you should be ready on whatever. If I'm not ready in this, then I'll be killed if I'm going to some special event where I have to dress appropriately, all right? So everything is real. Also when people come in, they expect forms, they really expect karate with an African outfit on it. That's not what we are. The principles are very different and it's very realistic, and we tell you. I feel sorry for a student that came in, he just wasn't getting techniques, and Akin Bobola was like, get that junk out of here. Like, you know, you slam somebody shooting a basketball down. Get out of here, it doesn't work. And you be like, what in the world? He wouldn't do that to a child trainer, but a man, come on. We supposed to be soft with you? No, we're not going to be. I've been told my tests are the hardest thing ever and that I'm probably certifiably insane. But the test, what's a test? You're testing yourself. You're testing to see if you can survive out here with what you learn. So when we test you, we throw you in the elements. It doesn't matter if it's snowing, raining, if fire's coming from the sky, we still are testing you because under those conditions, if you can defend yourself, what you learn, then you're good. And you figure out, wow, I can really use this stuff. In 3 months, I can really defend myself. Whereas one of my students trained for 2 years in an art that all he learned was forms for 2 years. And he said, well, how do we defend ourselves? It'll come out when it happens. The way you train is the way you fight. That's a lie or the instructor just doesn't know. And so when he gets you, you get somebody's trying to punch you and they're not fighting the way that they fight in your Kung Fu class. And they doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And you're like, wait a minute, my whipping dragon doesn't stop that. I just got hit in the mouth. What happened? It's because whipping dragon wasn't made for what he was doing. And you can't call on what's made for that. Whereas you should just be able to adjust and go to work. Okay? So that's what we do. We train on Mondays. Classes on Mondays 7:30 to 9:30. And then every other Sunday, it's from 10 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. We take a 30-minute break for water and lunch, okay? And we go at it. So when you come in, you'll see, if they're working ground, you'll see some guys, they're working technique, they just start going at it. You look at me, why don't you stop it? Because that's all part of how we train. That's part of how we train. Some people say, you know, they go into possession. Well, I'll talk about that in the possession, but when warriors get hit with that energy, men or women, you'll see women doing it too, don't be surprised. We don't stop it unless it's a danger to the person or it's disruptive to class. If they're just grabbing, we call it, excuse me children, grab assing. They're doing this and just not getting no technique, just flailing, we stop that. But if they're working technique, we let it go. Kalanja tell you, his thumb still speaks to him. They were banging, boom, 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 him and another student, boom, boom, you know. And he's like, wow, they're going. I said, let it go. Let it go. It'll stop soon. Sure enough, Kalanja's thumb got dislocated. No! Stop! Okay? He's still alive. He's still hitting out. That's the most serious injury we've ever had. We don't have many injuries because of the control level. But you know, him and another brother got to going like they had some kind of beef. Let it go. Let it go. They'll be all right.
Brother hit me with a brick while I wasn't there.
And I don't ask my students to do anything that I don't do. They'll tell you. I suffered 7 strokes last year. 4 days after that, after I got out of the hospital, I was back training. I get on the floor with them. I thought they would be nicer to me, but they weren't, you know. But they weren't, so I have to go. We say, if you're not ready, the mat is the truth. If you can't handle what's on that mat, don't get on it. All right, so we forge warriors for real. That I'm known for. That I'm known for. Students from other arts say, you know, what I do is martial arts. This is combat training. I said, this is artistic too. It's artistic too. It's beautiful. Once you have it, once we eliminate that fear, then you see you're able to do this stuff, not get harmed. That's my time. He didn't tell me it's my time, but I can feel he looking at his phone like, I'm gonna have to tell this dude. So how to tell this old man to get off this thing. No, but I thank you so much for having us, brother. And he's hosted us for 2 years, and we're very good to us, so thank you all.
Okay.
And he has flyers he's going to pass around.
Okay, cool.
I think I messed up. I made a room full of killers. We was here trying to get spirituality. Now y'all ready to kill them, huh? All right, man. Let's keep it moving. We have a lot of speakers. We're going to let them bring their presentations, and at the end we'll all sit down and we'll answer any questions that you have for your brothers and sisters so we can build this powerful nation. Who y'all want up next?
It don't matter.
It don't matter? It don't matter? All right, brother, come on. You ready?
Man, you sound excited.
Somebody said, come on. Yeah, you can do it from there however you want to do it.
All right, okay. Peace, how y'all feeling?
Good.
Y'all hear me? Going two. Y'all hear me? Let's take this off. Let's come up.
Yeah, you can go.
Peace.
Peace.
First off, definitely, you know, the brother Balagoon and the African Martial Arts Institute, that's the move. When you're talking about being warriors, again, you have to be able to defend what it is you have. You know, so definitely get the opportunity, check them out. check out the class because it's very productive, and it's a situation where you don't have to know how to dance, because I don't know how to dance. You don't have to know all these, you know, crazy styles that they teach in all these other different martial arts systems. Okay, I was asked to speak a few days ago, and I'm not too certain what my topic was going to be, but I just learned that it was dealing with family, the black family. So what I want to do is I want to go to the basics, and I want to talk about something that a lot of these different organizers, freedom fighters, internet revolutionaries, and all that type of stuff ain't talking about, okay? Nowadays, it's a whole different arena. There's a whole different type of warfare being launched against us. There's low intensity warfare. You know what I mean? You have so many different sensations right now. You have these different self-made freedom fighters. You have these instant revolutionaries. Okay? You log on to Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and you could be whoever it is you want to be, but in the real world, you don't have to do nothing. Right? We have some folks who talk about, you know, we want to go to Africa and we want to fight in Africa because of the fact that, you know, Africa needs to be free. Or we want to go to Israel, or we want to go wherever it is we want to go to fight for our birthright. But the reality is, these same folks who talk about going everywhere in the world to fight, if you go to their block right now, it's drugs being sold, cats being stuck up, folks getting shot every day, robbed, so on and so forth. So I don't really believe that you're going to go anywhere and do anything if you can't handle it on your block, right? If you can't handle what's going on in your block, you ain't going to be able to go no further. When we talk about organizing and we talk about family, can y'all please close the door? I'm kind of distracted right now. I'm trying to like battle to hear what I'm saying and hear what's going on as well. Appreciate that, family. When we talk about building nation, and we're talking about going to some next level, the reality is we got to start with what's going on in the home. And we start with our first line of defense, and that's the family structure. A lot of times we want to go do all kinds of miraculous things all over the place, but we can't just get it right in our neighborhood. So we start at the home. And then from the home, we start on our block. A lot of folks talk about, you know, I organized this and I did that, so on and so forth, and nobody know you in your neighborhood. Nobody know what it is you do, but you're supposed to be a great organizer, okay? Then from there, you take it to your city, right? So before you can become the grand, great, exalted ruler of Melchizedek, start with what's going on in the street first, okay? When we talk about the black family goes beyond just your immediate family as well. We have our extended family, okay? We have what we call our comrades or our airlights. The problem with us is we don't know the difference between a comrade and a friend. We confuse whether we like a person or not with whether they're good for what it is we need to get done. We have to learn how to be practical. We have an organization, I run an organization called the FTP Movement, if you're not familiar with it. We're a political organization with children of the Black Liberation Army, the Black Panther Party, and a number of different other formations that existed back in the day, and some that continue to exist. With that, we don't all necessarily like each other, but together we get the job done. You understand what I'm saying? We don't kick it. We don't necessarily have to be on the same page, or all of us walking around with a super vegan diet, eating tree branches and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What you eat don't make us use the bathroom. So we understand that it's important for us to work together as a family unit. One of the good things that I appreciate about our brother NASI or Yeshua is the fact that he has the audacity and the heart to bring folks from different types of backgrounds and different systems together and say this is a family structure. The problem with us when we talk about family here in America, we confuse ourselves. And we think that that we all have to be on the same page. We don't necessarily have to be on the same page, we got to be in the same book. You understand what I'm saying? When I say in the same book, it doesn't matter what you call yourself, who you say you are. It don't matter whether you are, you say you are an Israelite, or you say you're a Muslim or Christian or whatever, so on and so forth. Because when we leave outside of this building, they're going to treat you like a nigger, because that's how they operate.
That's right.
We get it confused and we get it twisted, and we think that a brother is only a person who moves like we move. We may speak different languages, but at the end of the day, what does it mean? Is the content the same? How I dress and how this brother here dresses has nothing to do with our ways of thinking. It has nothing to do with our actions. This elder right here, I met him because we do political education classes in this building, right? But I met him and I found that we have more in common than we had than not. We have a different belief system when it comes to dealing with the Creator. But at the same time, we understand that it's only one. Some of us don't argue on that case. Story. Cool. Yes. But that's neither here nor there, because of the fact that at the end of the day, where is our goal? Our goal is to survive America, right? Our goal is to be victorious. So when we're talking about building family, again, we got to go beyond what looks like us. We got to go beyond who prays like us. We got to go beyond who eats like us. You understand what I'm saying? We got to deal with principle. The reality is either you're principled or you're not. It don't matter what it is you call yourself, because at the end of the day, you're going to see a bum Muslim, a bum Christian, a bum atheist, a bum Israelite, whatever. You're going to have cats that come in name only. And that really doesn't mean anything, because of the fact that no matter who it is you meet in this world, no matter what they say their belief system is, everybody's going to have the truth, so to speak. Right? Everybody got the truth, but we all living a lie. Everybody got all the proper information, but we still all jacked up as a whole. We all flush down the same toilet. The reality is this right here. At this stage in the game, we need food, clothes, and shelter. Now, whatever's going on in the afterlife, or whatever's not going on in the afterlife, we'll see that when that time comes. But right now, we are in a serious state of emergency. The reality is we have no respect for ourselves, so therefore no one else is going to respect us. When we use the word family, family is a lot like the word community. You have a lot of folks who talk about the so-called conscious community. Most people, when they talk about their part of the conscious community, don't even know what the hell a community is. Community is a serious word in thought, but in action is difficult. It's difficult. You understand what I'm saying? We have more folks whose motives are more selfish than anything else at this stage of the game. We complain about the George Zimmermans. We complain about how these white folks are murdering us and gunning us down. And then their argument is like, well, you kill yourselves, right? And we can say, well, I'm not a part of that madness because I'm a part of the conscious community, right? The reality is, even in the conscious community, is division. Even when in whatever sex you come from, whatever sex, you still got infighting, right? So with us, the way we deal with things, like I said, My brother is the person who's going to move when it's necessary. It's going to do the things that we need to do to get the job done. Okay? El Hajj Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X said, you don't call a man brother to operates like that. Right now, part of the reason that we're in the situation that we're in right now is because we have a lot of, a lack of accountability. We have a lot of, pardon my English, niggas running around parading themselves as black leadership. You got cats like Al Sharpton, who was caught on tape buying a kilo of cocaine, who was wearing wires, who talks about wearing wires in his own book, Go Tell Pharaoh. A cat who tried to set up Assata Shakur, but he's a black leader. He's a leader here in America. You got clowns who run around talking about they are the new Black Panther Party. You understand what I'm saying? When there's already one that existed. You have these folks who want to claim these titles. See, everybody wants to be better than everybody else. Being oppressed is a very embarrassing thing. So you have to say, I'm not black, I'm this, I'm not African, I'm that. You effed up, that's where you at right now. So no matter what kind of fly title you say you have, it really don't matter because you still messed up. We spend so much time talking about what we used to do. How many pyramids we built. And most of us ain't built shit. Straight up and down, y'all gotta excuse my language. But we talk about all we've done, and we really haven't added anything onto the table. We talk about how great we were. We talk about how we was original people. What the hell does that matter if we're at the bottom of the barrel right now? It's great to be able to drop science and drop jewels. But if you pull Raggedy out of doors, it really don't mean nothing, man. You're just a fly-sounding slave. A fly-sounding slave.
Speak about it.
Man, I ain't that, brother, I'm that. I'm not black, I'm olive. I ain't this, I'm tan. Yo, monkey ass. We're in the same situation, man. We're in the same situation. And I know some of y'all out there ain't gonna like it, but I'm really not, I don't care. I really don't. And I just look like this, so if anybody has a problem, we could rearrange Ralph David Abernathy after we leave. You understand what I'm saying? It's all good in the hood, man. I'm telling y'all, man, listen, man, we going to hell in a handbasket right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're more concerned with style over substance. We're more concerned with how we look opposed to how we are. There's no accountability. Right now, you can become a black leader by getting the 50,000 YouTube hits that makes you a leader.
Come on.
An internet that was invented by the military for communication. That's how folks are being sanctioned right now. Ask them about a platform, ask them about a program. They can't show you nothing. Nothing. Ask the people in their community, what do they add or what do they bring to the community? Nothing. We keep talking all this nonsense. Oh, they got chemtrails in the air. The government got guns and blah, blah, blah. That sounds real good. The government does not have to come into the community with any guns, with any tanks, any of that type of stuff, because all they got to do is flood the community with water, and we can't even survive off of that. They proved that with Katrina. Where is our military? We say we all have these nations. Where is the fruit of that labor? We got folks, I mean, we are serious people, man. We are serious people. We arguing about land, and we can't even pay the damn rent. I'm sovereign and homeless. We yelling about reparations. The key word in reparations is repair. Right? Reparations ain't about you getting no damn money. If anybody should be getting some reparations, the folks on the continent should be getting reparations because we were stolen from the continent. And then on the flip side, they should be fighting to get their children back, which is us. Instead of us talking about going back to fight somewhere else. We have to become a little bit more serious than we are right now. This is not the WWF, this ain't entertainment, this is our lives. If folks are gonna stand up and claim to be leadership, then they have to be held accountable. You have to be held accountable. When you stand up and you say that you're in charge of something or you run something, you have a responsibility. You have so many people that are leading their following to the slaughterhouse. Because of the fact that we're more caught up in messianic leadership nowadays than we are substance. We're more caught up in who knows this person than we're caught up in character. At the end of the day, does the person that you respect and you respond to have good character? Do they have morals? That's what you should be looking at. Listen, man, I'm going to wrap it up. There's other speakers, but I want to say this right here. As of late, there's been a whole lot of different rappers, and I'm going off a little bit, that have been disrespecting our ancestors, right? And they do that because of the fact that there's no accountability, okay? Because we're not catching them when they go through the mall and whooping their ass. We're not catching these radio personalities when they coming out of work and slapping the hell out of them. You understand what I'm saying? We're afraid to respond to folks who really oppress us. But let me stand up on stage and disrespect your leadership and you got a problem with me. Your leadership is disrespecting you if they can't provide a platform or program. And you should be happy that I'm pointing it out. It's time for men to be men and women to be women. Amen. We have to train. You got to get down with some form of martial arts. If you don't get down to African Martial Arts Institute, learn something, learn some type of warrior training. Don't walk around talking about you know damn warrior or you know fighter or none of that type of stuff. When these white boys are training every damn day, these militias are wilding out, they stringing our people up and y'all acting like y'all don't know. There was 900,000 people missing last year in America alone. Over 500,000 were black people, like you. But we don't hear about that on the news. 500,000 of us, 500,000 people missing. Don't believe me, go research. We can't defend nothing but our mouths. We gotta do better than that. We gotta learn survival tactics. We gotta get down with these preparedness networks. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to grow our own food. We gotta do the basics, right? Before we go talk about going to war and it's a revolution and all that type of stuff, we gotta learn how to defend and provide for ours. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all's time. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it right.
That's my brother Kalanji. You know, he's raw, but he bring the truth. The message is needed. You know, you got to hold leadership accountable. That's how, first and foremost, you got Obama in office. We didn't hold the man accountable for nothing, so he was able to do whatever he pleased. When we see all our brothers and sisters coming together now collectively and we're trying to do something, that is brothers putting aside their egos to make something work. And believe me, in the conscious community, there's a lot of egos. You know, if it seems like you're bringing something that somebody else isn't bringing, they want to push you away from their group because they don't want to seem like they have something. But what I'm talking about doing is putting together all our brothers who have something that's beneficial for the community, and we coming together forming a body. Under different organizations, you can keep your organization, but you have to be affiliated with something that can benefit your community. And the next brother I'm calling up, he is a part of an organization he actually showed me, and it's called the United Nations of Israel. And in that, Shomrei HaTorah, which is the group here, affiliated itself with that because he had something that he could bring to the community that was beneficial. He had that platform or the program that the brother was speaking about. When I go out there and feed, when we go out there and feed the homies, this brother's out there. You see him out there all the time.
Big time.
He's out there feeding. It's not a game to him.
FTP.
So it's all about supporting our environment, supporting our community, and uplifting our people. So the next person I would like to call up is an elder of mine, Elder Abraham, to bring forth some information that'll be beneficial to our brothers and sisters here. Thanks.
Okay.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
I actually find it quite refreshing to be amongst my brothers, you know, saying that we're all people. We all have blood flowing through our veins. Because if we didn't, we'd be dead. So the fact that we could be up here and communicate to our family, all having different ideologies, is a victory in itself. Give a round of applause for diversity. Giving our honor and praises to the Holy One of Israel. You know, we all have our differences. We choose to praise Yahweh, and we respect that other brothers have other deities and other gods, or no God at all. It's okay. Because what you need to do is search your own heart and find out what resonates with you. And then whatever resonates with you, be true to that. Okay? See, because there's nothing more disturbing than a man who flip-flops around. You know, he's moved by every wind of doctrine. One day he's a Muslim, the next day he's an atheist, the next day he's Israel. That's confusing. Obviously he's confused, but it's confusing to everyone he speaks to. You know, so what I will submit to you today is have an open mind, listen attentively to everything that these brothers are saying, because they're all coming to you with intellect. I can already tell from the first brother that he's bringing intellect. And we need more intellect in our community. We need less violence and less confusion and more intellect. My name is Avraham bin Levi Israel. I come to you from the United Nation of Israel. And our goal is unity within the people who see and believe as we see and believe. Okay? We're not out here trying to recruit every black person in America, because every black person in America may be calling on a different deity. We're specifically coming to those who were calling on the Holy One of Israel, for those who have had an epiphany or some kind of awakening to know that you're not Negro, black, colored, or an African American. You know that you are from a nation of people. See, I find that whole, oh, we're the people of the diaspora. What the hell is the diaspora? Can somebody show me the diaspora on the map? It just basically means you're a displaced people. You don't have a land, you don't have a heritage, you don't have culture, and you don't have a land. Well, we base on scripture that we have a land. The Most High made a covenant with our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And in that covenant, he said that he would give to the descendants or the seed of Abraham the land from the Nile or the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates. Now, this is a question and answer time. And some of you know, because you had a quiz yesterday. Where does the Nile River start? That's my brother.
Great Lakes, Uganda.
It starts well, there's the White Nile and the Blue Nile. So he mentioned both. Okay? The White Nile starts in Uganda at the equator, coming out of what they call Lake Victoria. That's the name they gave it. But it's the largest freshwater lake in the world. That particular boundary of the zero latitude, the equator, if we follow that White Nile River from that point all the way up to the Mediterranean, it goes through Uganda, it goes through the Sudan, it goes all the way up through Egypt, and empties into the Mediterranean Sea. Now, do you guys have a somewhat of a mental picture of that? Maybe you don't, but that's a lot of territory, okay? The river Euphrates. The river Euphrates starts in Turkey and flows down through Syria, Iran, into the Persian Gulf. Now, I don't know how many of you are in the maps and boundaries, but when the Most High said from the Nile River, or the river of Egypt, to the great river Euphrates, we take the longest point, which is the starting point of the Nile, which is at the equator, and we follow that all the way over into the Arabian Sea. So our territory, our land, the nation of Israel, is from the Nile to the Euphrates, following the Persian Gulf into the Arabian Ocean, Arabian Sea. Oh, yes, that would be helpful. Thank you. Okay. So, one of the things the brother said, people say they're sovereign. And to give you a little bit of background, I'm a card-carrying Moor. You know, I came through Temple Moor in Baltimore, Maryland. All right. Great. Okay. So I started my journey. Okay. I'll tell you what. Just hold it so that all of the content shown. Wonderful. Okay. You guys see this? Basically, he was showing what I showed yesterday. This little area right here that looks like a country actually is that Lake Victoria. And actually, the Nile River, which is not shown here, kind of follows all the way up around the outside of this circle and then empties up into the Mediterranean. This is the Mediterranean right here. This is Egypt. Okay? So the equator actually runs kind of like right across the middle of the continent. So we say the Nile River to the Euphrates, immediately it doesn't really make any difference that modern day Israel is a little slither of land right here on the Mediterranean. It really becomes quite irrelevant what they say Israel is, because Israel is not what the Most High, well, let's put it this way. Modern day Israel is a far smaller piece of land than what the Most High promised us in Genesis. Right? So when you start looking at it from that perspective, we're not going to get anything here in America. Right? Anyone who calls themselves a sovereign, as my brother says, and they're homeless, they're kind of missing the point. All right? Because sovereignty requires land. By its very definition, it requires territory. So, in our condition, all of us, how many people, I'm going to ask a question. By show of hands, how many people in this room voted in any election in their life? Okay. And some of you who maybe didn't raise your hand, I'll ask this question. How many people in here have a state-issued license of any type? Driver's license, marriage license, business license. Okay, all right. So, thank you, brother. What those documents basically tell you is that you are under someone's authority. In order for someone to issue you a license, that means that they have authority and that they have granted you some privilege. We all agree with that? Okay. So the first thing that we don't realize in the fact that we're in America in captivity, our political status is that of a slave. Our political status is that of one who is under the wardship of the state that issued you a birth certificate. Now, all of you have, everybody here who has a birth certificate, raise your hand. So none of us are getting away. I don't care how conscious we are. The bottom line is, in this land where we're sitting and standing and operating day by day, we are wards of the state.